Alright, so we're going to start out with this 3-guard close. Going to make that base layer there. And by the way, if you're new to the channel or you haven't done it yet, please subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss a video, and you'll be in touch, in tune. So anyways, we got the 3-guard on here, and we're just making that a lot easier to fade up. And now I'm going to clean it up on the ridge with clipper over comb. You could also do shear over comb, but I think this kind of takes it down faster, especially at first. When you have that initial bulk, I think clipper over comb is a lot easier. So I'm just cutting what's going into the very end of that comb. Now I'm going to start off here at my bald line. And notice how I follow the shape of his head. This is still a mid-bald fade, but I'm following the shape and the contour of his head. And you want to do that with every client. That's going to make your cuts stand out. One thing I also want you to notice is look where I am on the C cup. I brought the bald line down low enough on the C cup where you could still see it, so you could leave it dark, so that way it will pop later when it's all said and done for the lineup. Now I'm going to clear the rest of the bulk here, bald that out. Then we're going to follow up with them foil shavers. Now these are the Babylyss foil shavers, and I love these things, man. They get super close, closer than any foil shaver that I've ever used before. But notice how I'm still flipping it and going different directions with it because his hair is coarse. His hair is definitely coarser than it looks, and you have to do that with coarse hair. You have to flip it every direction you can and make sure that thing is to the skin as close as you can. Stretching also helps with this a lot. And for this fade, I'm gonna do a different system that I never showed before. It's gonna be called guard stacking, and I think it's an easy way to really keep organized, especially if you're starting out. So can't wait to show you guys. So now I'm going to start off no guard, blade open, aka a true one, and I'm going up about a ½ inch. And notice how I still leave the sides or his temples a little skinnier of a guideline, but I always bring it a little bigger in the back, just because again that area is so coarse back there. You want to give yourself the room to really fade that out and have a nice transition. And also it leaves the sides dark, that C cup dark, like I was saying earlier. And I apologize if there's any blurry angles. You know, I'm still kind of trying to perfect the tutorial angle when I'm filming. We'll get there. But now I got the 1 guard. You could start open, and then you're just gonna eventually close that too. But you could start with that open. So I didn't fade anything out of that first guideline. This is called guard stacking. So now I have 2 guidelines in place here. Now I'm going straight to my 2 guard, and you could start with that open and then eventually close it. So with guard stacking, you can see each guideline that is in place where it needs to be, and it can help you keep organized. So now I'm going to fade down. So the next guard from the 2 would be the 1.5, and I'm going to start with that open. So I'm going to get rid of that first guideline right off the bat. And to get rid of that, notice how I'm using the corners of the blade. I'm not putting the full blade on there. It may look like it, but I'm mostly using the corners so I don't risk raising the fade. And I'm slowly closing that lever as I go down each guideline. I'm opening going up, and I'm closing coming down. Now that first line is pretty much taken out. So now from here I got the one guard, and that's going to be open, of course. I'm going to work on that next guideline, and that's the middle one. Same thing, using them corners, slowly closing that blade, coming down the guideline. Now you want to get through your system, whether it's this system or your own system, whatever it is that you find easier. You want to get through that as fast as you can, and then you want to detail the second part of the haircut. Detailing should be the most of your haircut. I mean, that's the most important part. That's how you really get a blurry fade. So even when you think you're done, always go back and detail. Now we're going to throw on the half guard or the 1/16 guard. It's different for Wahls and Andis. But in Wahls, in this case, is the half guard. Same thing, using them corners, taking that guideline out. I apologize again for any blurry scenes that you're seeing here. So now this is the last guideline. I have no guard blade open, and I'm really using the corners here because you don't want to raise this part, but you are taking that line out. And going up to the tip of that guideline, I'm pretty much closing that blade all the way, but I'm really using those corners, using the teeth, and just slightly taking that line out. And again, stretching the skin, just as you see me doing there. That helps you get closer and reduces the risk of raising the fade. Now you can see my system's all done. Now I'm just going back with my half guard and I'm cleaning up. This is where detailing comes into play. So I'm already through my system. Now I'm just going back and seeing any dark spots, any areas I could clean up. And I'm going back and again, still using the corners, but I'm cleaning up. So now I'm checking the camera, which in any other case, that would be the mirror. And always use the mirrors. You see I pointed out that dark spot there. Boom, I hit it right away so I don't forget about it. So that is how I cut. If I see a dark spot, I hit it right away. And so you're gonna need to constantly be using your mirrors. Now I'm doing a little shear of a comb, a little cleanup, just a little piece of hair hanging over there. And I'm just cutting whatever is at the very ridge of that comb. I'm not digging too much. It's more like a scooping motion. But the scissors and the comb don't stop moving. Now my client just went a little bit off the top here, so I'm just gonna take barely the ends off. You know, he wants to keep those curls, which is a good look. So to ensure a blurry fade, if you're fading down, you want to then fade up, and vice versa. If you fade it up, fade down, and that was how you ensure a very blurry fade. That's called cross-checking. Just like you would with cutting the hair on top, you could cross-check. If you cut horizontal, vertical, you know what I mean? It's the same thing with fading. And so that's how you saw me go back in detail a bunch of times. Now you saw me lining up that C cup, and you'll see later on that thing is darker. Because again, we started lower on the C cup with the guideline. I gave him his hot towel. Now we're using the Tomb 45 shave gel here. Link will be in the description for their products. Amazing products, definitely check them out. Now I'm going to shut up and let you watch his shave. But just remember, always stretch that skin when you're using the razor. That right there is styling powder from Tomb 45. Again, link is in the description if you want to see their products. This product right here is amazing for curly hair like my client has. You just put a little bit of powder in there and literally mix it up with your fingers, and it's like the perfect hold and just makes that texture pop. It's a really cool look. So that is the finished product there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. If you learned something, leave in the comments something that you want to see more of, maybe cuts that you want to see me doing. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at barberdreamsbyriggs. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Until the next tutorial, I'll see you next time.